Well, it's all quiet here in the Grouse house. Ex-PoPo is down off the stands in the garage. You've just seen a quick snippet of the car in motion. Title of this video is First Drive. So how did it go? Let's find out. With the transmission sorted, it was time to turn my attention to the front end, suspension and brakes. Did a full strip and rebuild of all suspension. I did front struts, I did tie rods, tie bars, ball joints, new hubs, you can see there. Reinstalled all of that. Then I took the calipers and stripped them completely and gave them a really good clean and surface prep for paint. Then I used a very high quality paint on the calipers. You can see how well they came up there. Once they were all nice and dry, it was back onto the bench for reassembly. Bought myself a couple of caliper rebuild kits for these particular calipers. Both the front and rear were like $40 each. I'll throw the part number up there on screen for you guys in case you're wanting to do the same. And yep, make sure you lubricate those slide pins, put them back in there, and some new dust boots on those as well. You can see me fitting those there now. Once that was all lubed and assembled, I reconnected all the bracket and the caliper and bolted it all back together, and then just put it to the side until I was ready to fit it to the car. Then obviously I had to split it once again to put the pads in, but pretty simple job. And yep, there you go, they came up fantastic. Alright, with those calipers finally now finished and reassembled, you can see how well they came up. I really did take the time to prepare the surface well, and I used a high quality caliper paint there. It certainly wasn't a rattle can resto. There's my disc rotor sitting there, also ready to go on. They're nice cross-drilled rotors, and I've also got brand new hubs in the car as well. Now I've got something interesting to show you here. This is a comparison of brake pads for an SS Commodore. This one here is a DBA Street Performance pad. It's a standard pad for an SS Commodore. You can see how much surface area there is on the actual brake pad itself. And then when you compare it to the pad next to it, which is an RDA pad, also for an SS Commodore, but it's a police spec pad, you can see the huge amount of difference in surface area on these RDA pads. They cover the full backing plate, whereas the DBAs, sorry, take up about 60% of that backing plate. So big difference there. So let's get back into the work on the car now. I've got rotors to install, I've got rear shocks to install, I've got these pads to put in, the inner guards I've got to refit, pretty simple stuff. I think that's everything then for the car being in the air. So a little bit of work there for me to do, but once that's done, it's on the ground and I'm road testing. Yeah, getting real close now, getting really excited about that. All the calipers are now fitted up and it's time to bleed the brakes. But before I do that, I'm just dropping my air bleeder into the master cylinder here to get rid of all the old fluid that's been in there for who knows how long. I'm going to top it up with some nice fresh stuff here, and then I'm going to use the air bleeder to draw all that nice clean fluid through every brake line and every caliper until we get the system bled. Yeah, lift it up nice and high so the roof, because when we took it off, I swear we put the roof. I saw it on the video.
And here we are, guys. It's the last day now of doing anything mechanical on ex-PoPo. Only a few things left and I'll be test driving the car. Got the wheels on the ground there, want to give them a good scrub, put them back on. Got the front bar to clean up, put back on as well. Then I think that's everything that I need to do to test drive this car. There is so much that has been done on this car. There is so much riding on this first drive. So how will it go? Let's get these things done and we'll find out. Okay, we're back down on the ground. We are now absolutely ready to be test ripping this car. So where are we at? It's over 2 years now since I bought this car. It's been at least a year or more, a little bit more in the garage. All the mechanical work I think is probably, when I try and add it up, I think we're looking at 9+ months worth of mechanical work, full engine rebuild, full transmission rebuild. I've done all the suspension, I've done all the brakes, I've done brand new exhaust all the way through. That to me is all the mechanical work done. So it's first drive time now. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to get Ryan to jump in with me and we're going to do some laps around the block and we're going to see how far we get. And pretty nervous moment. What do you reckon, Ryan?
Mint. Yes, excited.
Lance is in the background there. Lance has been here the whole way through with this project and he's just quietly observing in the background. All right, so let's jump in and fire it up and let's see how far we get. So hopefully it idles. Hopefully it idles enough to actually drive.
Facts.
Good. So if it doesn't stall.
It's going to. That's good, man.
that stally? Isn't that stally? That's perfect. That is perfect. Listen to the stally. Oh yeah! Do you feel that kick down?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's all good. Woo, woo, woo.
Pull over! Pull over! You're under arrest!
Under load, heaps of load. Oh, that's driving so good. Oh, oh man, that was perfect. And that stally is spot on for that cam. That there. That is spot on, man. That stally hits that right up where the cam is cutting in. That is fantastic. Oh, listen to that. Oh, hear that rip? That's so good. Man, I think I fucking nailed it. I think I fucking nailed it. Oh, that's not even nowhere near full throttle either. I don't want to give it full throttle yet. Brakes are really good. Man, that is unreal.
Would the power button work? Yeah.
Oh. That just rips, and that wasn't even full throttle either. Oh my god. So I'm just back from that first drive. I just want to let it idle, check for leaks and things like that, but man, that thing absolutely rips. I'm so pleased with that. It sounds amazing, it pulls amazing. Transmission is on point. I'm gonna dive under and do some checks. But guys, that is a massive wrap. What a success, absolute massive success story. We'll check some things and we'll wrap up in a sec. Okay guys, I've got a massive smile on my face. I've had time now to go over the car and try and get this smile off my face. That is the first test drive and that was 100% massive success. I can't find anything leaking underneath there. That transmission was flawless through all the gears. The kickdown is spot on. The stally was amazing, cutting in, coming in right exactly where that cam is starting to perform as well. So many things could have gone wrong with that first drive. There were so many variables and things to check. I've done so much to that car all at once, you know, even the suspension and the brakes, you know, was that all going to perform properly on that first test drive, or was I going to lose a wheel? I mean, you know, when you go and do everything at once, they're the kind of things that you worry about. What are my thoughts? The exhaust sounds amazing. I absolutely love that. It's not too obnoxiously loud, but you absolutely know there's power there. The engine, I mean, look, you know, that test drive was doing a few rips there, but I don't think I was even pushing the throttle to half. And that was really ripping. And it's so amazing compared to what I remember when I first drove that car, when I first got it, with the transmission that was absolutely cooked. You put your foot to the floor and, you know, the car would move very slowly and nothing would happen really. So we've gone from one extreme to the other. The engine, that cam, brilliant. All the guys that recommended that cam to me, thank you very much. The transmission, yeah, I mean, first go rebuilding a transmission, and it was, to me, from what I can see, just spot on. A couple of tiny things to check. The guys reckon that one of my rear calipers might be locked on and was quite hot when I got back from that drive. I'll have to check that out. I've been underneath. I've not seen anything leaking out of there. Massive win. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 only because of that one brake that I've got to check out. So what's next? tune. Absolutely need to get it tuned. Didn't want to do anything with a tune until I knew it drove and drove well. So that'll be the next video. We'll go through the tuning process. I've got 3 options for a tune for the car, and I like one of those options more than the other 2. So next video we'll be talking about tuning options. I'll get it tuned. We'll see what a difference that makes. Thanks for keeping me on the journey so far. Make sure you check out the rest of the videos on this channel.